Hello. All right, we are live streaming from Adventure Rock, which will be nice, a little more spacious than my apartment. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started in child's pose tonight. And you do need at least one block for practice. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or anything that's roughly the same shape as a yoga block. We'll make it work. Comment if you guys have any issues with hearing me. I think it will be just fine, but there is some background noise here. We'll go ahead and get started in child's pose. Sit your hips back to your heels, rest your forehead to that. And then nice wide knees are really comfortable here, especially if you've already eaten dinner. You can make each breath a little longer than the last. Let's lift up and swing right leg through, and then tuck your left heel to the outside of your hips so that you are in a shin box shape. And then grab your block. We're going to sandwich the block between our palms and hold it straight out in front of you so that your shoulders and your hands are in the same line. And we're going to work on trying to keep this block kind of level in space as we lift up. Squeeze your glutes. And then sit back. So you're focusing on controlling the movement of the block, and that's helping you control the entire movement. Do two more. And then we'll just stay seated in this position. And we'll sweep the block overhead, press your hands into the block, engage your core, and then return down to level. We'll do that a few more times with the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more thing. Stay here for the inhale. And then exhale, twist over to the right. It might be a very slight twist. Inhale through center. And exhale, twist to the left. This side might move a little more freely just based on the position of the pelvis. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, we'll twist over to the left. Okay, then we'll set the block aside. Just fold forward from here. Let's sit up and we'll switch legs. We'll bring the left leg forward and the right leg behind. Hold your block out in front of you. And then try to keep the block just moving pretty much straight forward and back as you lift up. Come into full hip extension. And then lower. We're doing 5 of these. You might find that you have one side of your body that moves a little more freely than the other, and that's pretty normal. Let's inhale and lift up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Breathe in. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay honest with this. Inhale through center. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Imagine that the block is tied by a string to your chest, so they're both tracking in the same direction as you twist. And then we'll come back through center. And exhale, twist over to the right. And then we'll set the block aside and fold forward. Let's sit up and swing legs forward. We'll continue with supine warm-up before we get into some standing flows. Go ahead and come down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. You can do this next sequence without the block. It might be a little bit too tough with the block, depending on where you're at. I think it's kind of fun, though. You can set the block on your right foot and work on keeping it lifted as you extend your left leg down the mat. And then we'll inhale and interlace the fingers, press the palms away overhead. And exhale, reach your fist up to touch the block. So I flipped my palms around to face each other and made a little pointer finger to touch towards the block. So I'm gonna inhale, interlace all my fingers, press my palms away, drive my heel towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lift up. Inhale, palms press. Exhale, lift up. Let's do 2 more. Awesome. Then I'm going to take my block and I'm going to use it to support my right knee as I come into a side lying position. So I am on the left side of my body, and I'm going to stack my hands, and I'm going to try to keep my knee on the block right where it's at as I sweep my right arm open. And if you have another block, it can be kind of nice to put one underneath your head here. I feel like most of my people that I know have blocks at home only have one, though. We're going to do this a few more times. Let's do one more. Awesome. Then we roll back through center. We bring the block onto the sole of the left foot, or maybe no block, up to you. Right leg extends to rest. Interlace your fingers, press your palms away, elevate your shoulder blades towards your ears, and then flip and point and try to touch the block. Okay, and we'll set up our twist with the block underneath the right knee, or I'm sorry, the left knee, laying on the right side of your body. And then We're gonna sweep as far, and you might stop like right here, even sooner, that's okay. I know that this side is a little tougher for me than the other one. A little less twisty. Okay, nice work. Come onto your back. Rock along your spine 3 times. And then at the end of the third rock, you will cross your ankles, plant your feet, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Let's walk feet to hands. Step your feet wide, fold your arms, hang your head towards the floor. We'll release arms and we'll unroll all the way to stand. Let's step feet into hips width distance apart. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank pose. Now you can just hold your plank, or if you want to make this more challenging, you can put your block on your very low back, like at the top of your sacrum. And then in your plank, work on stepping both feet off of the mat and leading with the right foot on the way out and the way in, and then back on the mat. And I'm trying not to let that block fall or change position. I'm going to do 10 of these leading with the right foot. Let's do 2 more. And then you'll lower all the way down to your stomach. Flip towards the right side of your face. Bring your right arm out to a goalpost shape. And use your left hand in your left foot to assist in the chest stretch. On the right. And then we'll roll through center and switch sides. Left arm to a goalpost shape. Rest to the left side of your face. Then we'll come back through center. Bring your palms in alongside your rib cage. Tuck your toes under. You can do this from your knees. The full push-up is a little too much. We're going to press up to a plank. Then lower all the way down. Lift your feet and lift your palms. Think about lifting your chest, snuggling your shoulder blades towards each other and down your back. Squeezing your elbows together. And then you'll plant your hands, you'll tuck your toes. You'll really engage your core. Try to lift your belly away from the floor first and press back up. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push up. And lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push up. And lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push up. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push up. And shift back to downward facing dog. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, we'll step or plant hands and step back to plank. Again, you can just hold your plank, or you'll do your 10 steps with your left foot leading. Halfway there. Okay, good work. Then we'll lower all the way down. You're still going to flip to the right side of your face, which will bring both your arms out to a T with your palms down. You're going to step your left foot up and over towards your right hand for a nice big back stretch. And then we'll switch sides. And then we'll come back to center. We will grab our block. I haven't taught this in a really long time. I kind of forgot about it, but it is really fun. It's a little bit thinky. You're going to bring your block out in front of you, between your palms, the long way. You're going to inhale, lift up into locust pose. Arms and legs lift, head and shoulders lift. You're going to take the block into your left hand and pass it around behind you. And then you'll bring your right hand back. Your right arm will circle forward, and then your left arm will circle forward. So we're going to do 3 circles in that direction. So one arm is only ever moving. Think about continuing to look towards the floor to keep your neck relaxed. Try not to let the block touch your butt or the floor. All right, that was 3 in that direction. Now we'll lead with the right arm. And then left hand back. Left arm forward. And right hand back. Let's do 2 more on this side. Awesome. Make your way back to down dog. And we'll step or hop feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, move through a vinyasa. Up to you how you want this to look. You could throw those locust pose push-ups in as your substitute for chaturanga and upward facing dog if you really enjoyed that movement. We're going to inhale and take the right leg up and open. Exhale, hug your knee to your nose. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, up and open. And exhale, right knee over to left armpit. We'll bring the leg up and open. And we'll step the foot forward in between the hands. Prop up onto your fingertips. My right knee is stacked over my right ankle. I'm going to let my hips sink into the posture with this little bit of support from the hands for just a moment. And then I'm going to let my legs take over completely so that I can sweep my arms back behind me. And I'm lifting my belly away from my right thigh. Spine is nice and long. Push into your right heel. Stay here for one more breath. And then you're going to cartwheel up and around to reverse triangle. And I'm switching out the position of my feet as I do that. And then exhale into full triangle. You have a block, so if full triangle just right now feels like a bit much, pop it underneath your right hand. We're going to inhale and try to rotate left armpit open towards the ceiling a little bit more. And then exhale and close the hands down towards the floor. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. From here, fingertips are going to come down to frame my right foot again. I'll lift my back heel and set my back knee down. Shift through into half splits. Let's flex and point the right foot a little bit while we're here, just to add in some interest for the calf and the ankle. And then I'm going to shift forward, tuck my back toes under, plant my hands, send my right leg through, and rotate into flip dog from plank. I'm going to sit down. So I'm sitting towards the back of my mat. I'm going to bring my right hand back behind me. I'm going to plant my left foot. It doesn't really matter if you're off of your mat, but you can readjust if that bothers you. And we'll inhale and press up into reverse table. Try to lift your chest, squeeze your glutes, and exhale, lower. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower. Now I am going to scoot over onto my mat because I'm going to rock along the length of my spine and stand all the way up. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Send left leg up and open. And left knee to nose. Up and open. And left knee over to left armpit. Up and open. And left knee over to right armpit. Up and open. And step your left foot forward in between your hands. Back knee stays elevated. I'm going to pause here in a more passive lunge. And then we'll work on really standing strong into the legs so that we can sweep the arms back. Push into your back toes, engage your core. And then we'll release and cartwheel up and around for reverse triangle. And then dip into full triangle. Inhale, lay back. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. And then hands will come down to frame the left foot. We'll set the back knee down. And we'll flex and point the left foot in half splits. Let's lunge forward, plant your hands, send your left foot back, and then roll to flip dog. And then sit all the way down. You're facing the front of your mat now. You're gonna plant your feet hips width distance apart, plant your hands back behind you. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower. And then we'll rock along the spine. Power through all the way to stand. We're going to do this flow again, a little bit quicker, now that we're familiar with the nuances of the transitions. Let's inhale and sweep arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, right leg up and open. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and open. Right knee, right armpit. Up and open. Right knee, left armpit. Up and open. And right foot forward in between the hands. Hovering lunge, 2 breaths. Inhale, reverse triangle. And exhale, full triangle. Inhale, lay back across the chest stretch. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Hands frame the right foot. You can set your back knee down here if you want to, or if you prefer to take full pyramid to half splits, feel free. And then we'll head towards 3-legged plank. Send your right foot back. Flip into wild thing. And then karate chop down to sit. Now, you can do reverse table like we were doing, or you can keep your left leg long and work on pushing up to parallel thighs but with a straight leg. So it is tougher, especially to keep your pelvis congruent. Let's do one more. And then we'll rock back and stand up. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, left leg up and open. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg up and open. And then exhale, left knee to left armpit. Inhale, up and open. And take left knee over to right armpit. Up and open. And then left foot forward in between the hands. Stand up to your hovering lunge, 2 breaths. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, full triangle. Inhale, lay back. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Full pyramid or half splits. And then three-legged plank. We're going to send the left foot back. Rotate to flip dog. And then sit all the way down towards the front of the mat. Option to keep your right leg long instead of planting it. Make sure you're centered, point your toes, inhale, bridge up. And exhale, lower. Lift up. And lower. One more time, lift up. And lower. We'll rock along the spine. All the way stand. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do this flow one more time. Have your block handy because we will have opportunity to use it in order to advance a couple of postures. Let's stand on the palms of our hands for just a moment. Give your wrists a little TLC. And then we'll get into it. We'll step or hop back to chaturanga. Inhale, right leg up and open. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open hip. Right knee, right upper arm. Open hip. Right knee, left upper arm. Open hip. And foot between the hands. Now, you can come up into your really strong floating lunge. Or if you want to try this out, you can bring your block to your sacrum, to your low back, and see about warrior three with the block right there to help you stay really level across your hips. Let's cartwheel into reverse triangle from wherever you're at. And then full triangle. And you can do your three chest stretches here. Or you can work on half moon with or without the block. I really do like half moon with a block. It's not so much a modification as a way it is to add a little bit of space to the posture. So I feel like I can really expand into the posture a little bit more. I'm not collapsing in order to reach the floor because, you know, for most people, our legs are a little longer than our arms. There's just a nice symmetry to the posture with the block in place. Let's stay here for one more breath. And then we'll come down and around into pyramid pose. And then we'll head into three-legged plank. Rotate around your left foot. Plant your right foot. Lift up into bridge pose, or wild thing. And then sit all the way down. If you liked both feet down, that's an option. If you like this left leg extended, that's an option. If you want to try, like, if you've done workouts with me before, you'll know the drill here, like a single leg hip thrust variation of this movement. We can do that as well. So we can pull the left knee into the chest, get hips a little higher, work the right glutes a little bit more. Let's do a couple more of those. I'll go for 5 total. And you can rock back along your spine. Power through all the way to stand. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Let's send left leg up and open. I'm going to move my block so it's handy. Left knee to nose, side to belly. Inhale, open hip. Left knee over to left upper arm. Open hip. And left knee over to right upper arm. Up and open. And then we'll step left foot forward in between the hands. You can lift up to your hovering lunge, or you can play around with warrior 3 with a block. And then we'll transition into reverse triangle. And then full triangle with some movement, if you like, or half moon with a block. And I have the advantage of the camera here, but if you're anywhere near a mirror and you're working on this posture, it can be nice to just check and see, is your shoulder stacked over your wrist? Is your hip stacked over your knee? A lot of people kind of cramp themselves up in this posture unnecessarily. And I think it's a pose that's all about spaciousness and reach. Okay, then we'll come back to half splits or pyramid pose. We'll find 3-legged plank. We'll rotate the left foot behind. Power up the hips. Sit down purposefully. I'm going to do 5 reverse table lifts with the right leg coming into a 90-degree angle. Awesome. Then we'll rock along the spine. And stand all the way up. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands. Step back and find child's pose for just a couple of breaths. I want to play around with a few more things with the block. Let's take a breather for just a second. If you want to grab some water, you can. Okay, we can use the block for some fun handstand drills that help us to gain confidence in handstand. If you're a little bit uncomfortable with being on your hands in the middle of the room, this is your opportunity to work on that. You can make it a little easier psychologically by making sure you're on a carpet. You could do this very close to the wall, so that if you kick up too far, your feet can catch on the wall. But the first thing that we're gonna do is we'll just put the block like this in the middle of the mat, and we'll set up downward facing dog over it. And the cool thing about this is we can really adapt it to our comfort level. So the closer the block is to your hands, the tougher this is gonna be. The closer the block is to your feet, then the easier this is gonna be. All I want you to do is bring your feet to touch in down dog. Lift your heels, press down, plug in through your fingertips and your knuckles. Bend your knees, and try to hop up onto the block, and then try to hop off of the block. If you do that and you're like, that's way too easy, then just scoot the block a little further forward. The more your hips have to travel over your shoulders, typically the scarier it is. The more it might feel like you're gonna somersault forward. So find a place where you feel like you're challenging yourself, but you're not freaking yourself out, and do 5 of these. Push into your hands. Think about hugging your thighs to your belly. Try to land as softly as you can. Think about rocking your weight into your hands in order to lighten your feet up. Let's do one more. Ooh. And we'll come down into our yoga squat and circle our wrists. Those are tough, but I think it's a really useful tool for helping you keep your handstands close to the ground rather than these big, like, uncontrolled flails in the handstand I sometimes see. Okay, if that felt tough enough or more than tough enough, I want you to keep working on that. Otherwise, we can do a little one-legged version. So start with the block really close to your feet. It can literally be in front of your toes. Downward facing dog. I'll show you guys like a really more beginner-friendly version of this. It's still tough, but I'm gonna lift my left leg up. My left leg up. I'm gonna bend my right knee and try to hop onto my block, and then try to hop off of my block. I'm really bending my right knee. That feels better than having it stiff. I'm pushing into my knuckles and my fingertips. And you'll see that that left leg, that lifted leg, is giving me some boost. So figure out a spot where you feel like you can work on this effectively. And we're gonna do 5 of these. Think about hugging your upper arms together. Keep your elbows straight. If you feel pretty strong here, like part of what I'm really working on for myself is trying to land really softly. But there's a lot of years where that's just kind of a laughable concept, and that's okay. Let's do one more. Okay. Down into our yoga squat. Anything that feels useful for your wrists, you can make a little ring around your wrist and then move it. You can press the backs of your hands together. There's no way around it that handstands are just very demanding on your wrist joints, especially if you have small wrists, especially if your body is a little bit heavier. Like there's a reason why gymnasts are always teensy tiny people. It's just easier to flail your body around in the air when there's less. All right, let's do our 5 with our right leg lifted. And then we'll do some more relaxing block movements. All right, so I'm lifting up my right leg, and you'll for sure have one side that is better at this than the other, but it's really important to practice symmetrically rather than always favoring that easier side. Beautiful. Down into our yoga squat again. One more round of whatever your wrists are asking you for. And I'm going to have you make your way down onto your back again. You're going to do a pose another one that I kind of forgot about that I really, really like, which is supported bridge pose. It doesn't seem like it should be as nice as it is, but just popping a block underneath your sacrum in bridge pose on either the lowest height or the second height is just really nice. You can let your core muscles relax. Hopefully your lower back muscles relax. It's a good posture from which to focus on your breath. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Okay, and then from here, well, probably from the lower block height, you can transition to supported shoulder stands. The legs just reach up towards the ceiling. You bring your arms out to the sides. You could take unsupported shoulder stand, in which the hands support the low back, the elbows walk in, and legs reach up towards the ceiling. You could drop your feet back for plow pose. I like to reach my hands towards my toes here as well, but the determining factor for you is going to be whether your neck is down for this or not. From wherever you're at, slowly and carefully release. We'll bring the block in underneath our thoracic spine now, rather than our lumbar spine, for supported fish pose. I like to do this with the block like this. Some people think that feels horrible, so you can line it up with your spine on the second, or on the first or the second height for either variation. I don't know if I've ever done that. I'll give that a try. The goal is for it to rest kind of just along the bottom line of your shoulder blades, or if you're wearing a sports bra, along the bottom line of your sports bra. But you don't want us to put it in your low back, because that's just going to be pretty easy. Or maybe it won't be. If you have another block, you can pop it underneath your head. This is pretty intense. However you set up, make sure your butt still is on the floor. Hopefully you're getting a nice ab stretch here. Nice mid-back stretch. Roll to one side to remove your block. And hug your knees into your chest. And we're going to finish up with a minute in pigeon pose on each side, and we'll look at a few ways we can use our block there. Let's rock along the spine 3 times. Whoa, after that big back bend. And then we'll come up and around into down dog. Send your right leg up and open. And bring your right knee through towards the outside of your right wrist. Kind of the typical use of a block in pigeon is popped underneath your front hip. So this is underneath my right hip. And that can help if you're a little bit tighter here and you need a little bit more support. Another nice option with the block is to use it to support your elbows. And that's nice if folding forward is not quite achievable for you yet, but you're close. Another way that we can use this that's quite a bit more intense is we can pop it underneath the back knee. And then that gives us a little bit more room to drop more deeply into the front hip. You can bend your position this a little differently. You can bend your back foot in here as well to really work into the quads. Maybe right hand reaching back for the foot. Yeah, my quads are not too into that. So however you decide to set this up, we're going to stay here for a minute. Let's slowly lift up, back to down dog, and pedal out of your legs. And we'll set that up with the left leg reaching up and open. And moving forward. And we'll spend a minute here as well. Let's go ahead and sit up. And if you have a wall handy, we can take legs up the wall as our Shavasana posture, or whatever you prefer. If you want to just lie on your back or child's pose. I feel like legs up the wall is a nice option when it's available. We'll wrap up class with a couple minutes here.
Good try, dude. That as far as you got?
Go ahead and roll off to one side. And press yourself up and around into a cross-legged seat. Finish up with a few breaths here. Rest your hands on your knees. Settle your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. From my practice to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. If you want to attend an in-person class and you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. It's definitely really nice to be able to live stream from a more spacious location. Thank you so much for participating. And I will be back here next Monday at 7. And this will be available on the Adventure Rock YouTube channel from here on out as well. Have a great night. Please reach out if you have any questions or comments, and I will see you soon.